but you guys need to understand the business aspect of being a writer. It would be amazing to sit in a cabin, or in my case, a condo on the beach, all day long and write, and you just sell books and do nothing, right? But we know that that's not how it works. We've got to learn some stuff about marketing. We've got to learn some stuff about distribution. We've got to learn some stuff about working with an agent. All those things are very, very vital.
Time was not always a friend. Fall had come early, and winter threatened to push in early. The dead spider in her bedroom window confirmed an early fall. The spider knew her season was complete. She prepared her precious egg sac and drifted away into a slumber of death. Phyllis knew that same icy whisper in her ear.
My name is Mariana Llanos. We have to learn. It's a learning curve. And it was frustrating. But then I discovered my own strength when I realized that no, I wasn't going to write The Little Prince again. I just had to discover my own voice. Okay, so the first thing about writing is gathering ideas. So there are several things that you can do to gather ideas. Have paper and pencil at your side all the time. So I decided to try self-publishing. And are you an entrepreneur? Are you self-motivated? Ready to be the boss? Then maybe self-publishing is for you. Also think that self-publishing is an investment. You do need an initial investment for all these things that I'm telling you. The editing, the designing or illustrations. All of that requires a little investment. It can be as much as you want. It can be a little as you want. So think outside the box. Do live Facebooks. Think of Instagram. Right now, for example, I'm doing an Indiegogo campaign. It's my first campaign. That is for the other book that I'm doing as a self-publisher. That is called Kutu, the Tiny Inca Princess.
Congrats! We have a prize for you. It is Sherlock Holmes, and we think that this is a bookmark. Everybody give a hand to Amy Brewer.
All right, is anybody in here traditionally published? Right? How did you enjoy that experience, or do you enjoy that experience? That's when you get to finally write, and they do all that for you. That is not true at all. Okay, who in here has written a query letter? So you have to take this whole big, beautiful book that you have and squeeze it into a little tiny bowl. Yeah, generally I would like it in 3 sentences. So if you start that, Worldwood Adventure, no, short and sweet. But what you're thinking about for your query is the blurb on the back of the book. What is going to get someone to pick this book up? Be it an agent, be it a publisher, because actually what you end up writing for your query a lot of times ends up being what is put on the back of that book. The most important things to have in that first paragraph of your query are word count and genre. If you don't tell me what genre it is and what your word count is, I'm not going to read it. I don't care. I have 100 emails a day. Well, let's say between 50 and 100 emails a day, queries.
What we're going to do next, I am so excited to introduce Shannon Whittington.
Yes, I am the owner of Creative Literary Consultants, and I worked with a publisher for about 2 years, and I was in acquisitions. And so my job was to review books and decide if we were going to publish them or not. As a writing coach, which is really kind of what my main niche is to help hold you accountable and remind you of where you're at, what you're wanting to accomplish, who you're writing it for, why you're writing it, and really hold your feet to the fire. With all the people I've worked with across the entire spectrum of books, actually getting the book written is the hardest part. They want to start, they get started, they hit those blocks, and they put it away. Finding your who and your why in writing is what will help keep you from stopping at those blocks. So the first thing is to figure out why you're writing. And a lot of people are, well, I want to entertain, I want to educate, I want to, whatever that may be. That's great, but if you've ever looked at like an emotional iceberg, they'll say like anger is the part you see and it's everything else underneath it is what really matters. It's the same way with your why on writing. So if you say, I want to write to entertain, that's great. We all want to laugh and be entertained and find humor, but what's the real thing you want to do? Like, why do you really want to write the book?
When I say go to gal, I mean that there are 2 book designers. Do you see 2 book designers that I trust? One does fiction, one does nonfiction, and you're gonna meet the nonfiction girl. I'm a weirdo about design, and I will not send my authors to anybody else except Melinda and one other girl.
I'm so excited, it's my turn. I've been waiting because I'm one of those weirdos, like, I get energized. Like, I shouldn't have drank coffee because I know, like, this is my passion to help people. So self-publishing on the cheap is for authors that are at the stage they want to DIY. A self-publishing support group, you can still be DIY and be in that group, but understand most of the answers are going to be like, you need to hire a professional for that. We're not fixing to, you know, have a 45 post thread about why your color isn't printing correctly. That's why you hire a professional. It's easy to hire a cover designer and tell them exactly what you want on your cover. I don't suggest that. It doesn't ever work out well. So the fee that you pay your designer is for her creativity, market research, mastery of the technology, and intuition. A professional cover designer, we're going to allow the author to focus on his area of expertise, which is writing. And even though some of y'all may or may not be expert writers at this point, because I think the statistic is 10,000 hours, it takes either, I think, at least 10,000 hours in something to be considered an expert. I do have 10,000 hours at this point doing book design. Learn from our failures, right? They're not a mistake if you learn from it. And think of all the things you know now that don't work, or don't work for you, you know?